All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem Akakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor campaign in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth. And Lord willing, it can be edifying. And all right, got some breaking news. All right, there's ironic enough, in the middle of Black History Month, all right, we have a so-called black pioneer, civil rights pioneer. All right, we're gonna go into that a little bit. All right, and what that meant. Again, I haven't done a video on it, but it is so-called Black History Month. All right, you're not black. If you still calling yourself black in 2026, all right, you just ignorantly blind. But not even. Hell, we already told you. Look, Jake has seen the prophets. Okay. They've heard that we're Israelites and they still want to call themselves black, whatever, That's why they're going to be part of the 2/3. The Lord going to destroy them, man, off the face of the earth. They're going to come back in the kingdom, all right, through the loins of the elect. All right, but nonetheless, all right, we're seeing the old civil rights activist, generation, perish and pass away. All right, and the timing is very important too, because they're entering a new age where they trying to do away with knowing that you were a slave, Jake. All right, they just want to they got this place by deceit. All right, they got this place by pillaging. All right, by utter just horror that they did to our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and now they want to do away with the history of it, so you don't know. All right, so you won't revolt. But nonetheless, let's get into this. It says civil rights leader Reverend Jessie Jackson dead at 84. The Reverend Jessie Jackson, the longtime civil rights activist and two-time presidential candidate, died on Tuesday at the age of 84, according to NBC News. All right, Jackson's family released a statement. Our father was a servant leader, not only to our family, but to the oppressed, the violent, the voiceless, and the overlooked around the world. It says we shared him with the world, and in return, the world became part of our extended family. His unwavering belief in justice, equality, and love uplifted millions, and we ask you to honor this memory by continuing to fight for the values he lived by. All right, and this is, interesting. It's from the family and whatever. All right, and he died of old age, and I'll go into that. All right, so this isn't a video necessarily where you'll see one of these younger people die, and it's like, that's pure judgment. All right, the Lord, he greatly cut down our life expectancy. All right, because sin had entered into the world. All right, and the scripture said the woman came to beginning of sin, and through her we all die. All right, now we're at the end of us as the Israelites, dying. And this time not every Israelite is about to die. All right, some are going to be directly translated into new bodies. The brother has shared the video. I was watching Elder Apostle Har. All right, we're coming into those times of great, miracles, of the great deliverance. All right, we're almost out of this place, man. All right, this hell that is America, Babylon the Great, is almost fulfilled. All right, the Lord has given brothers dreams of being beamed up, man. Everything we've known to be true through the scriptures. All right, we believed. And now the Lord is he's about to come through on that, man. With everything going on with the military buildup in the so-called Middle East, with World War III, with the elect being sealed, Esau pushing his MOTB, all right, about to crash the economy, about to push famine. All right, how these women are starting to move toward us. Hey, Jake got next, man. We were never going to get equality from this devil. All right, and that's what this guy Jesse Jackson, which Elder Hawaii used to call him Jesse Jackass. We were never going to get that equality from this devil. Think about it, it's 2026, man. All right, and they still do predatory lending toward Jake. They still do red zoning. They're just more subtle about it now, but they still do it. We were never supposed to prosper here. We came here to serve out our punishment, man. And really, he was part of the integration of Jake into, they started letting us into their spaces, which, hey, well, I'd argue we were doing a lot better when we were just dealing, we just had our own. All right, when we had Black Wall Street and stuff, what Esau do? He came and bombed it. He always wanted us assimilated into his system. All right, and he set up leaders like this, like Jesse Jackson, MLK. You know, you even got guys like Farrakhan that are tapped in amongst our people, that are tapped into the boule, tapped into Esau's hidden hand, man, to keep Jake ass in line. All right, he's part of that guard, man. Friends of the King, boule, man. This guy. All right, he wasn't, he wasn't a. And I had an ex. I had an ex that actually was on some civil rights shit, and she actually received a reward from this man, and was all happy about it and shit, man. What has he really done? Yeah, he ran for president a couple years, but like I was talking to a brother, apparently he knew about the assassination that was gonna happen on MLK, man. All right, so it's all coming out. What you call Black history? That shit was orchestrated by Esau. All right, our real history lies within the Bible. All right, and it's still unfolding. It says, civil rights leader Reverend Al Sharpton wrote in a statement that our nation lost one of its greatest moral voices. Okay, and paid tribute to a man who carried history in his footsteps and hope in his voice. See, and you got to be careful. See, you're about to see the world speak well of this man. And Yahweh Shah said, woe unto you when men shall speak well of you, man. All right, because they're friends of the world. See, the world isn't going to speak well of us because we're not of the world. Okay, we're in the world. We were born. We have parents. All right, we work. We have social security numbers and shit. All right, but our mind is fashioned toward the things above, not things on the earth. All right, we're looking toward the kingdom of heaven, which will be on the earth. We're looking past America. While most of our people are still trying to get a little corner in Esau. This is Esau shit, man. And it's about to be destroyed. So why try to build here? Why try to, you still trying to, build some shit in Esau's world when the Lord is about to give us we're about to inherit everything if we endure to the end. And it goes back to our faith. But that's a gift, and it was ultimately predestined. If we're of the elect, it was predestined for us to come into this truth in this time and to be redeemed. It says Reverend Jackson stood wherever dignity was under attack, from apartheid abroad to injustice at home. His voice echoed in boardrooms and in jail cells. His presence shifted rooms. His faith never wavered. Sharpton said. And Sharpton is another damn sellout. All right, these are sellouts, man. Hirelings amongst our people. Wolves in sheep's clothing. Yeah, that applies to Jake that's teaching there Israel, but it applies to these God. It's like I'm out to continue on. I got a phone call, but nonetheless, man, he was a pork chop preacher, man, pushing his prosperity, pushing his we shall overcome spirit, keeping our minds, man. That JC spirit, that JC demon, man, that was a heavy demon to shake, man. One that required Yahweh Shah to literally, change our minds from that. Because you still got Jake that's still in the Christian church. Here it is, the apostles and elders have been teaching for decades now. And you still got guys that want to, say that all nations can be saved and shit, man. Make that make sense. It doesn't. It doesn't, right? But continuing on. Just walk and get some air. Get a little bit more on this. It says, the cause of death was not immediately given by the family. However, they said he died peacefully, surrounded by his loved ones. One important note, Jackson has been living with progressive supranuclear palsy for more than a decade. He was also hospitalized twice with COVID in recent years. It says, Jackson was born in Greenville, South Carolina. Wait a minute, I didn't even know that. I'll be damned. I'll be there. I'm about to ask Akim if he knew that. He was born in Greenville, South Carolina in 1941. So I'm actually from Greenville, South Carolina as well. This is where this is where we prophesied, man. Okay. So show you, man. Hey, you ain't never far from the truth, man. And of course, he was born far before us. You know, us Akim out there. All right, but whatever city he was in, even his birth city, the Lord has men prophesying in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. And we're young men, you know. So no excuses. It says, and quickly became a civil rights leader, emerging as one of several disciples of Martin Luther King Jr. His activism spanned half a century, including 2 rounds for the Democratic presidential nomination in 1984 and 1988. It says, America is not like a blanket, one piece of unbroken cloth, the same color, the same texture, the same size. America is more like a quilt. Many patches, many pieces, many colors, many sizes, all woven and held together by a common thread. Jackson told the audience at the 1984 Democratic Convention, even in our fractured state, all of us count and fit somewhere. It says during the Monica Lewinsky scandal at the White House, Jackson offered the Clinton family much needed spiritual advice. Says you need faith when storms come subtly. So I really talked to Hillary and Chelsea about matters of faith and unconditional love. We're going to stop it right there. That tell you everything you need to know. All right, because what has Hillary and Bill been in the news for lately? Right? Touching little children and shit. All right, so hey, that shows you, hey, man, he talking about faith and all that. They don't worship the same power that the Israelites worship, man. Their power is Satan. Okay? I'm gonna stop it right there, man. But yeah, so just to give you a little background on who this guy was. All right, civil rights activist. We shall overcome. You know, give us our freedom, give us our peaceful protest. All right, and that what the Lord said in the curses, Deuteronomy 28:68, the Lord was gonna send us into Egypt again with ships. All right, that was the cargo slave ships. And it says, and no man shall buy you, meaning redeem you. So not MLK, not Marcus Garvey, not Malcolm X, not Al Sharpton, not Jesse Jackson, man. Said no man shall buy you. None of them were going to redeem us. And it's very true. It's true to this day. All right, he died and we still ain't necessarily free. Yeah, we're not in shackles and chains, but hell, we still at the bottom of the food pyramid, man. Our women still don't respect us. The family structure still fucked up. So what exactly did he accomplish? All right, but I do want to get this because, again, they say he died peacefully. This isn't a situation where he, got judged. He got shot in the head or something like that. Nah, he lived a long life, especially for Jake. All right, some Jakes in Chicago, their life expectancy isn't past, what, 25, 21 to 25 or whatever. So he lived to 80. They said, what, 84? Let's get this. This is Psalms chapter 90. And verse 8, it says, Thou hast set our iniquities before thee, our secret sins in the light of thy countenance. For all our days are passed away in thy wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told. And time moves a lot differently to the Lord than it does to us, man. All right, 1,000 years to us is a day to the Lord. So for our lifespan to be what, under like 70, 80, 90 years, all right, that's nothing to the Lord, man. Verse 10, it says, the days of our years are 60 years and 10. A score is 20, so 60 is 60, and 10 is 70, right? So he lived past that, all right? And my grandfather, he lived to about 81, and he had been working and smoking cigarettes and stuff since he was 9. All right, showing you, like, and on top of that, my grandmother, who never smoked cigarettes, died in her 60s. Died 20 years before my grandfather did, So put that in perspective, because the Lord kills, he makes alive, he wounds and he heals, man. So, hey, the Lord, but eventually, hey, the fact that you die is a direct result of sin, okay? Because the Israelite was not created to be able to die, but until sin entered into the world. And once sin entered into the world, then we were liable to die. But soon, I'm gonna read that again. Keep getting a phone call. Verse 10, it says, the days of our years are 80 years and 10, and if by reason of strength they be 80 years, yet is their strength labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off and we fly away. So yeah, so then you gonna die, you fly away. So this is exactly what happened to Jesse Jackson. All right, so it says, you know, the average lifespan is about 70 years. All right, but it says what? You know, you can live to 80. You've seen some live to 100, past 100, but on average, it's around 70 to 80. For Jake, on average, it's much less than that. So the fact that he lived to 84, the Lord allowed him to live a full life. He did his mission. All right, he played his role, man. You know, he was a sellout, just to put it plainly. He did not care about the real advancement of Israelites. You know, Esau was signing them checks to him. All right, and I'll finish off with here. All right, because this still applies, man. Jake always covering with a covering, but now to the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt." All right, so ultimately, Jesse Jackson and those like him, they still trusted in the shadow of Egypt. They didn't call upon Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Here it is, he was reading his Bible, and he still wasn't considering that we were the Israelites. And even if he did, no, he didn't push it. It's plain, he didn't. All right, but ultimately it's up to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The scriptures say the deceived and the deceiver are his. And the Lord set him up to be a deceiver during that time. All right, now his mission is complete. The Lord called his spirit. He'll be born again as a child in the kingdom, man. And that was really mercy for him. If the Lord doesn't raise him back up to knock him down again. You know, but that's fully at Yahweh Bashim Yahushua's discretion. All right, but just wanted to break this news out, you know. Reverend Jesse Jackson, you know, civil rights activist, long time, you know, presidential candidate, all these different things he's done. You know, he marched for peace and justice, yeah. You know, the Lord isn't a respecter of persons. Okay? His soul was required. And now it's back with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's how that goes, man. So, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.